Sean Black is a bitch. Sean Black is a bitch.
That for sure.
Good.
And then here we go. 3, 2, 1. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Royal Ramble, OCCW's weekly wrestling web show. And now here's your host. Tonight, the man who puts the O in OCCW, Jonathan Malice.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, and welcome to Orange County Championship Wrestling's flagship show, the Royal Ramble, on its flagship station. I'm a little bit injured today. Not under the weather, not ill, injured. I hurt a couple of ribs today training. So if you hear me yelling, don't worry. I do not have Tourette's. I just have a rib injury. So through the course of the show, you'll hear me cry out probably.
I'm gonna wondered what John's O face looks like? You're gonna get it here tonight at some point on the Royal Ramble, because every couple of minutes, yes, that's what we hear.
Yes, it sounds like the sound's coming from your old lady's room. Okay.
Hey, I came running down the stairs to help you, and you were fully dressed when I got to the bottom.
Yeah,
Talk
man.
about the disappointment of a lifetime. Come on, man.
Yes, in the course of human events, for men like myself, you have a tendency to get injured. It's been a while since I've been injured from training, and I gotta say, oddly enough, it's kind of a fond memory. Can you hear me? I feel myself echoing. Ladies and gentlemen, last week, those of you who tuned into the Royal Ramble heard my, I wouldn't say epic rant, but rant about DoorDash and fast food and fat people ordering DoorDash, etc. And I've caught quite a bit of flack on this, and you know, it's people telling me it was insensitive, people telling me it was short-sighted, people saying that, hey, you know what, you know a lot of people, and you know you put a lot of people on the defensive. So I'd like to take this time to apologize to fat people, to lazy people, to sloth-like people, and to people who are too friggin' worthless to actually go out and purchase their fast food on their own, to get off on their little rascal carts and park in the blue spot because they're too heavy to walk, you know, across the parking lot. I want to apologize to all those people.
Hey, if you need a fitness guru, I know where you can find one.
Yeah.
Oh. Genuine. Very genuine.
Hey, I really am sorry about your situation, ladies and gentlemen. You know, and let's be fair, you know, in the world of laziness, there are all kinds of lazy, right? Sometimes you're too lazy to actually call someone, so you send them a text, right? And you wind up, here's the interesting thing about that, is you wind up spending more time texting than you would have if you said, hey, what time are you coming over? 5 o'clock. Okay, I'll see you then, right? That's it. That's less than a 1 minute conversation, right?
Sure.
So you wind up texting back and forth. What time are you coming over? I don't know. IDK.
Yeah.
You know, LMK, all this shit.
Those kinds of the conversations that tend to last all day.
All day.
It was really only a minute's worth of information.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, how many of you have gone on your GPS on your phone? This happened when I went to go see Othello, when he was in the hospital. My girl and I got in the car, and I said to her, would you please GPS how we get to Riverside Community Hospital, right? I know it's off the 91, right? I just need to know, you know, the exit, which exit, and then, you know, how to get to there from there. Very simple. You jump on the 90. We took 3 different goddamn freeways to get, and then we got off the freeway, drove through Old Town Riverside, got back on the freeway, and I'm like, babe, what the hell is going on? She's like, oh, the GPS says. So those of you people who are out there saying, hey, don't listen to the government, they're programming you. Nah, they're just telling you to wear a mask because they want to keep you down. They're going to take our guns soon. Are the same jackasses that look at the GPS, and I'm no exception, look at the GPS and they say, okay, well, we got to follow the GPS. Wait a minute, it's just right off the freeway. We take the 91, then we get off and we're there. Oh, no. It says to go through Old Town Riverside and then take this back street and then go back on the freeway. I'm like, Jesus Christ, people, use your brain. Get a better, use the goddamn Thomas guide. It took a 30-minute drive by GPS, took us an hour and 30 minutes. I'm not kidding, 90 minutes. It tripled our time on a Sunday to go to visit to visit Othello in the hospital.
How hard is it for you to pull out the booklet that everybody keeps in their glove compartment these days, go to the index, find the place you're looking for, go back to the page, scroll down, use your latitude, use your longitude, and then stop 3 times at a gas station to ask the clerk where you're going in? How difficult is this? Use your brains, people.
Hey, hold on a second. No.
Stop and ask for directions.
The GPS was, for some reason, it was like it was trying to manage traffic. I got the feeling it was trying to manage traffic. It was like, if we send this many people this way, and this many people that way, and this many people this way, we'll have them off the freeway, and we'll manage, rather than just telling us how the hell to get there. Do you see what I'm saying?
The problem is, John, we told you to buy a TomTom GPS, not a Jeff.
That was my girl's phone, and she has one of them iPhone, what do they call that?
I mean, it sounds
with
like
the numbers behind it.
You're not a conspiracy theorist, but then maybe you're a little bit of a conspiracy.
No, you know what? What I'm saying is, it doesn't.
When it comes to the GPS,
we have gotten so stupid and so lazy that it's not going to take a conspiracy to fucking make us go in a line. It's just we're so complacent.
Stop at the 7-Eleven. Make sure you're wearing a mask. Ask the clerk where the old barn is that you're supposed to turn right at before you take a left at the mailbox, and you'll get where you're going every time.
Let me tell you something. Someone who has...
Let me tell you something.
Who has...
1980 promo. Let me tell you something.
Yeah, he's gonna cut one on that GPS, brother.
Let me someone who does not need GPS, someone who's been to every nook and cranny in the world, someone who's covered every inch of these United States and around the world, is our intrepid own international correspondent, Mr. Jack Bruce Davidson. Ladies and gentlemen, for his weekly wrap-up on all things wrestling, we are going 1, 2, 3 to JBD because he's...
all you need.
And he's praying. I can't hear him.
Here to bring you some wrestling news. Now, last week, I didn't go over it, but I was wearing the pineapple shirt, you know. Business
Shirt's looking like it's getting a little tighter. What do you say,
salmon
Goose?
pink Hawaiian shirt. It's a good look, you know. I think it's pretty good, you know, because the warm weather, it complements the ambience pretty well. So yeah, here's the Hawaiian shirt. All right, without further ado, let's get to the news. So to start out, former Impact and WWE star Alberto Del Rio has been arrested with charges of aggravated assault and domestic violence to his girlfriend. Allegedly, Alberto Del Rio thought that his girlfriend was cheating on him, and he threatened her and her son. The details get really dicey. I recommend, if you want to look deeper into those, just for, you know, the vibes of the show, I recommend looking those up on your free time with, you know, obviously with your own discretion. You know, it's not pretty. But on another subject, Money in the Bank just happened, and Otis and Asuka left the winners of the men's and women's Royal Money in the Bank matches respectively. Pardon me. And basically, it's a little bit interesting they chose Otis, but, you know, I can't really question it, and I feel like Asuka was a very safe choice, and, you know, congratulations to the both of them. All right, and then for our third story, while we're on Money in the Bank, Becky Lynch has relinquished the Women's Championship, putting it in the Money in the Bank briefcase and handing it to Asuka, because she announced that she is going to be a mother, and, you know, she's basically going to be taking some time away from wrestling. She hasn't commented on when she'll come back, if she'll come back, but she has stated that, you know, she is excited for this journey, so good for her. And good for Asuka, because she is now a Grand Slam champion, so hats off to her about that. And then for our next story, while we're on the subject of titles were given and titles were taken. So Sami Zayn has been stripped of the Intercontinental Championship due to not being able to perform and not being willing to perform during the pandemic, and he has been stripped, and the WWE has announced that there is going to be a tournament held to determine a new Intercontinental Champion, and Sami Zayn wasn't happy about this, but what can you do? You know, if you're not defending the title, what can you do that realistically? And then for our next story, Sting is no longer under contract with the WWE. The is it the Icon? The Stinger has not wrestled for the company since suffering a brutal neck and spinal injury during a match against Seth Rollins. You remember the buckle bomb. While it's up in the air, it's anybody's guess that he'll ever wrestle again. I doubt it personally, but it seems that AEW was trying to bring him in as soon as possible. I don't know what they have planned for him. They might have one more match. They could have an executive role. Who knows? But I know that they want to bring him in. And then for our next story, Progress Wrestling has canceled all of their summer shows due to the concerns over the pandemic. And, it's disappointing, but, safety comes first. And I guess they didn't want to do the empty arena route. And then for our next story, let's shift it over to All Elite Wrestling for a second. On Dynamite, Cody Rhodes drove in the arena with a truck, kind of like reminding me, all of us, of Stone Cold Steve Austin back in the Attitude Era, and basically was brawling with Lance Archer while him and Jake the Snake were out cutting a promo, bragging about what they did to Brandy, Cody's wife. And basically it's set to hype up the match for the TNT Championship between Archer and Cody Rhodes on May 23rd at AEW's Double or Nothing pay-per-view. And for our last story, let's jump across the skis because I am the international correspondent. New Japan Pro Wrestling President Harold Meij has spoken on when New Japan Pro Wrestling will return. He has stated that he hasn't done empty arena shows because he wants to fully ensure the safety of the fans, wrestlers, and the staff alike. He said that he doesn't agree with the empty arena shows because he feels like wrestlers and the staff are being put at pressure due to make a profit. So it's clear that he's not a fan of those. He didn't state a specific date on when live shows will return, but he let the fans know that he appreciates their continued support because due to them buying New Japan merch and wrestling merch, and that soon that New Japan is going to start running shows and matches from both their dojos in LA and in Japan. So basically, they're want to make sure that their wrestlers and their staff are taken care of, so that way the disease doesn't spread, and that's an admirable action by them. And that does it for the news today. Hopefully everybody's staying well. Thank you, Jonathan Malice, for letting me be a part of this. I'm JBD, and I'm all you need.
Looks like JBD needs to do some sit-ups because that shirt looks like it's getting a little bit tighter on him. What do you say there, Gooston?
Oh, my favorite part was the crotch-level camera angle.
What's that? Look,
What do you mean, what's that? That's good TV is what that is. We're trying to get viewers, right?
Yeah, but everybody knows he's stuffing those
Can we
marbles
get Robert to drop that camera down a little bit?
Yeah, I really enjoy looking at...
Got something to show the people at home.
Yeah, can you shoot it from the crotch up there, Robert? No? All right. That's it.
JBVD.
Oh,
JBVD, not VD,
Oh, my
BVD,
gracious.
like the cotton underwear.
that's right. He's covered every inch of the globe, but it's not the inches that matter.
I don't know what that means. That sounds awful
It's the
suggestive.
story.
Okay.
We got some people watching us, by the way.
Okay, let's hear.
Okay.
Who's watching? Who's watching out there?
Mike Garola, Rick Campos.
Mike Garola, Rick Campos. Okay, let me tell you something about Rick Campos. Rick Campos is the drummer for the popular local band Knight Rider, which is an 80s tribute band. You can see them back in the day you could see them playing at what was the name of the place? Gaslamp in Long Beach every Friday night. Every Friday night, when things get back to normal, OCCW is gonna head to that spot, and we're gonna party with Knight Rider because they are the best '80s band going today.
We got Alexander Vega.
Alexander Vega,
Number 1 fan, Paul Stitz.
Paul Stitz, brother. Hey, we're waiting to see that new Ghostbusters movie. You let me know. I'll drive. You buy the popcorn.
Ashley Hunter.
Ashley Hunter, happy birthday, beautiful girl.
JBD's watching.
JBD. Well, thank you for supporting your show, your podcast.
Baboso.
Baboso. What did you call me? Okay. Anyway, hey, good to hear you're watching. Hope the family's doing well.
We got Yasmin Bravo.
Yasmin, happy birthday. How come you haven't called me on the phone? Yeah, that's right. Happy birthday, Jasmine.
And of course, Big Bad John.
John Clark, right on. Good to see you, John Clark. Adam Woods is watching. Are you still sheltering in place or whatever the hell they call it? Good to see you. Good to hear from you. Jessica
Sky says Chargers new uniform. What's this all about?
Oh, you watch football?
Know about this. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, the LA Chargers have a new football design on, football uniform.
Is it fancy?
Absolutely dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. The only thing worse than the Chargers' new style is the Rams' new style. Just as bad. It's like a throwback to a time that never existed. Can you pull that up for us, producer Robert?
So the LA Rams and the LA Chargers both have new football uniforms?
Yes.
Maybe one of these days they'll get a football team.
They're supposed to have a new stadium, right? New uniforms, new stadium. Who knows?
A nice big empty stadium that no one can sit in.
This year I've become a Tampa fan. What can I say?
Okay, Lucy just called in. I'm going to put her on speakerphone. Lucy, Jasmine, say something. You're speaking to millions and millions of fans in the Podverse.
There's only 13 people on there.
Are you trying to insult our show?
Quantity, it is about quality. These are 13 quality people.
That's just the number of people who are watching on Facebook. There's also YouTube and Insta chat and Twitch and Twitch. So don't be stupid. Do you have anything interesting to say?
What?
Do you have anything interesting to say? I didn't think so. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye. It was nice to hear from you.
Hey, if you're one of the 13, we just want you to know we love you and we appreciate you. And it's not about how many people are in the room. It's about the type of people that are in the room. And you're the type of people that we want to keep company with.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Okay, now see, that's the Rams. All right? Now, does that, if you look up generic in the dictionary, you'd probably see that picture there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, although it does have a kind of a Wolverine kind of gimmick to it.
Wolverine?
Wolverine from the X-Men?
I know who Wolverine is. I don't know how you could equate that with Wolverine.
Blue and yellow. Yeah.
For Christ's sake.
Well, they were all kind of blue and yellow.
Yeah. Okay, now, can you bring us the Chargers, Hobart?
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's
pretty lame, isn't it?
Gradient. That's just kind of like...
and that's... forget the fact that the Rams are the angels of the NFL.
What's that mean?
That means they suck, like the Clippers. If those of you who are out there watching, Clippers fans. All right. Somehow did we lose everybody?
It was that Chargers comment.
It was that Chargers comment. There we go.
That was it. We went off the rails about fat people and about Taco Bell and everything, but the Chargers.
Mr. Alexander Vega.
What's this?
Mr. Alexander Vega.
What about him?
He wants to challenge any wrestler to imagine an empty dojo match.
Oh, well, the only wrestler here is you.
Well,
are you going to defend your title?
Well, then, Mr. Vega, you better watch what you say, because you come to an empty dojo where Goose and Ubastud happens to be on the top floor, and you might just get a spanking that you weren't ready for.
And remember, I still have my my referee license and my referee shirt. And I have no problem calling a match, because I am no longer afeared of... Well, anyway. That said... sorry. Another pain. Are you
gonna call the match from the?
Yeah, I might have to sit down and do it. Now, okay, that's pretty. Well, you know what? I take it back. I think that's not so bad. The Charger uniforms don't look so bad. You know what I'm gonna say? I apologize. I was wrong. Chargers don't look bad at all.
I like the dark blue one on the end.
Yeah, I like the dark. I like them all. I like the. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say. I like the Charger, and they even have the numbers on the helmet, which I think is kind of cool. All right, Rams suck, so we give a thumbs down to the Rams, thumbs up to the Chargers. And WD-40 sponsors them both. Hey, that's true. Coincidence? I think not. For those of you who've been watching the podcast for a long time, our topic this week, our overall genuine theme this week, is going to be your favorite / worst or least favorite matches in the history of your wrestling experience, all right? So all those of you who are watching, I want you to think and send in your favorite / least favorite match, and we will discuss it. We're going to discuss it with Goose and Uberstude. We're going to discuss it with Lex Icon. Lex, we're going to start with you.
Okay.
Okay, tell us first your favorite match. Now, this can be a match you've seen personally, you've seen on TV. It could be a big-time match. It could be a small-time match. It could be OCCW match. Tell us what you got.
Now, are we minute restricted here, or are we free balling it?
No, we're free balling.
All right.
So
Let's
you're
go.
my favorite.
Your favorite. Okay, we'll start with your favorite.
I gotta say, it's cliche, but Steamboat Savage WrestleMania 3.
Yeah, you know what? That's a fantastic one.
Amazing matches of all time. A lot of people say it's one of their favorites, and it's cliche, but I gotta still go with it.
Okay, all right. You know what? And I think, with the exception of a few Ronnie Garvin, Ric Flair matches or Ronnie Garvin, Bubba Rogers matches, I'm going to have to buy into that. I think that was probably my favorite high
point? High.
What?
High energy?
No, high exposure.
Energy.
High exposure match, right? And your least favorite?
Oh, gosh. There's been so many bad matches out there. It's
Nothing like dead air.
Oh man, there's so many. I gotta just overarchingly say WCW in 2000.
You get all of the matches in WCW?
No, there was some good ones, but
Because that's really not that big a stretch.
No.
I remember.
They had some good ones. They had some good ones with the cruiserweight stuff and whatnot. But okay, I will try to pinpoint.
Okay.
Oh, you'll have to come back to me. I can't think.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who follow the free admission channel, right, you'll see that there's Gym Crashers. We have what is the name of the Mats and Marks? We have. Help me out with some of the other names of these shows.
Speaking Spanglish.
Speaking Spanglish.
No More Bully Zone.
And No More Bully Zone. So that said, what I'd like to invite right now the host of Free Admission Channel's newest program. Ladies and gentlemen, you know her as Rachel Rose. Some of us know us as Yoga Star. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a nice warm welcome to Rachel Rose, Yoga Star. Come on in, Rachel Rose.
Oh, the Yoga Star!
Yeah, you watch yourself,
and BA's
mister.
not even here.
Yeah.
She can have her all to myself. I mean, all to ourselves. I mean, all to yourself.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Here, let me turn this on for you, babes. I'm going to bring this down here so that
I get to
everyone can see. Hey! What? Okay.
Wait, okay.
Okay, so you might have to tilt that down. Well, thank you for coming on, my dear.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. What are you looking at me like that for? I'm not going to say anything.
I'm just saying, look, just because I'm hurt and wounded doesn't mean I won't fly over this table
I think that's exactly
and
what
defend
it
my
means.
girl's honor. Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rachel Rose has just started earlier last month a new program where she takes the viewer through a 20 to 25 minute yoga routine workout. Tell us about the name of your show, what prompted you to bring it up, and a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, my name is Rachel, and my show is called Rachel Rose Yoga. And what I do is about a 20 to 30 minute yoga class, only because the gyms have closed down. And being a teacher, I miss my students, so this was my way of connecting with them. And so I just want to share my practice with everyone who is interested. I want to announce that I did something new. It started a month and a half ago, and I really, really like you to view it. Maybe subscribe, like it, and share it with anybody who you feel would be interested.
Okay, all right. Now, go ahead.
Well, so let's say I don't know anything about yoga, which is not true. You know, I've done a little yoga
You're a guru.
in my time. Thank you. But let's say I don't. What are the benefits of yoga? Why should somebody tune into your program?
Well, there's so many different benefits of yoga. I mean, first of all, it is about your breath, right? To stay calm using
Yeah, you would definitely need something to help you with your breath there, Christina.
Not halitosis.
I don't know, man. Halitosis is not easy.
It already smells like a downward dog.
Wow.
All right, I'm sorry. Stop interrupting the guest.
No.
Sorry.
No,
They
it's,
weren't raised with any manners, Yoga Star. I'm
I
sorry.
think there's different styles of yoga. I think the style that I teach is a little bit more active, so it's more about building strength and getting healthy, getting fit.
Show the people. Don't look at these yoga arms. Show this off.
Oh, there she is. This is here upstairs at the dojo here. Not where we have the ring, but upstairs. You can see her doing her yoga starness. Look at that. Now look, that may not look as difficult as it truly is. Try some of this stuff, right? It is not easy. Now, with the right teacher, yoga star.
Oh no, you're doing it.
Here we go. Oh look, through the miracle of internet.
Oh look, you could look up and give her a little kiss. Look, just look up. No, not this one. That one. Above you.
All right.
You got two. This is John's dream.
Wait, how's it go? Am I going the right way? No, I'm going to go this way.
John's dream world right here.
All right.
Look at this.
So I think that was my second show.
I love you.
I'm still getting used to the camera. I'm still fairly new.
Okay, so what have been? Okay, Robert. All right, we don't want to give away her whole thing. What have been some of the best parts of hosting your own show?
I think being creative. I love using a different background. That is always a fun way for me to be creative. But I think just connecting with my students and sharing my yoga practice.
Very good. When is your show on? How do we see? What is the name of your? Tell us. Let's say you just bumped into me. Tell me everything about your show.
Okay.
When can I see it?
Well, my show usually is on. It will air on Thursday or Friday, and it will start initially on IGTV. So if you follow me on Instagram, Rachel Rose Yoga, you'll find that first. And then towards the weekend, I'll put it on YouTube. I think I have a little bit more viewers on IGTV, so I start there first.
Okay.
Okay.
And what is the name of your show?
It's called Rachel Rose Yoga.
Rachel Rose Yoga Star. Oh wait, Rachel Rose Yoga.
Yes.
Okay, and when does the new episode drop?
I think it will start Friday.
So this is for anyone, even like someone myself who's slightly injured and hasn't done a lot of yoga?
No, you need to heal first.
Oh, okay. I think Lex Icon has a question for you.
Okay, what if you're someone who has limited mobility? Is there stuff that you could do in yoga for limited mobility? You know,
say for instance you had
some of those DoorDash fast food people who want to
definitely need it.
Who can't necessarily balance? Don't have the balance, don't have the.
Sure. There's different styles of yoga. I mean, it depends on what you are looking for and what kind of injuries you have. So you could tailor to your style, but any yoga is beneficial for anybody. So.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So once again, we can see Rachel Rose Yoga on IGTV. The new episodes drop
Thursday or Friday,
and you can see Rachel Rose Yoga on YouTube. The new episodes drop
Friday.
All right, that's Yoga Star with Rachel Rose. Is that how? That's how it is called?
Rachel Rose Yoga.
Okay. Oh, Rachel Rose Yoga.
Yes,
all
Yoga Star.
right. We got to get those shirts made. All right. That said, and we're going to come back to your show in a little bit, but let's take it a step further, Rachel. Now, you've been dating a fine, upstanding gentleman in the wrestling business for a few years now, and I was wondering, I know you've been indoctrinated into all things professional wrestling.
How much does that butt hurt? Your foot stuck so far up your own.
What? What?
What are you talking about? Dating a fine young.
I didn't say young. I said fine. All right, so you've been indoctrinated into the world of professional wrestling, and each of us have prepared a special professional wrestling question for our Yoga Star. First question I have for you.
Okay.
It's very simple. It's the topic. What is your favorite wrestling match that you've ever seen? Now, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, Yoga Star here tends the snack bar at OCCW at the wrestling shows. She's responsible for getting you that meatball sandwich,
right,
or the soda, or
candy,
or the candy, or the chips, the nachos. So she has seen her share of wrestling, both on TV, both live and in person. So my question to you: your favorite wrestler or wrestling match? Present case excluded. We're going to exclude you because we know you're probably her favorite, right?
Fair enough.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to go with someone besides Gusta Nubusu.
Well, when we started going out, back then, one of your first shows was the two guys,
Othello.
No.
You said tall, I thought maybe.
Yes.
I can't remember, but I think it was the Steady Buddy.
Okay, the Steady Buddies?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay,
Steady
Steady
Buddies.
Buddies.
Yeah, I really like
Yeah, man,
Steady Buddies.
Lexi, you like them?
Yeah.
All right, yes, they were an excellent team that actually won the title.
They had a great manager.
They had a great, I can actually do say
A
something good
team
about
comprised of
Chaz Herrera and Darwin Finch.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes, they're very popular. They were a very popular team, and they were, they always had a good match when they showed up. All right.
Right.
All right, great. You have a question?
Well, sure. Were you a wrestling fan before you met John? Did you get into wrestling after you met John? Where does your love of wrestling come from? Or
It's such a funny question.
Two-part question. Do you even like wrestling? And two, where does it come from?
The funny thing is when I started dating John, just like football, I knew nothing about football. I knew nothing about wrestling.
But you know about those Chargers costumes.
But, I enjoy being introduced to that new sport. I think wrestling is interesting. I think it is an athletic sport. I mean, you have to be an athlete to get in the ring, just like, football, and it's entertaining. So, and, I bring my son. My son absolutely adores it, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
show.
Christina Nicole is watching. How are you? Send my love to the big man. I hope everything's I know this is a very dangerous time for the big man. We're talking about Othello with his lung issue, so I hope he's getting better. I hope you're doing well. Christina, Rachel misses you. I miss you.
Hi, Christina.
And, hug the big man for me. Lex, your question for our guest.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot on this one.
Oh.
You decide that you're going to step in the ring. What is your name when you get in the ring?
Oh, that's a great question.
Oh, I think it'd just be Yoga Star.
Yoga Star.
Yeah,
There you go.
it kind of has to be.
And her finishing move could be the downward dog or the
Something.
broken tree pose or something, huh?
Right.
No, she got to put people through a table called the broken table.
There you go. There you go. All right,
Also, yoga move, isn't it? The broken table?
No.
What is DDP yoga?
Are you familiar with DDP Yoga?
No.
Diamond Dallas Page Yoga?
I've heard of him, and I think a few people have asked me. He is a former wrestler who started a yoga program, right?
Yeah. He was. He's actually famous for rehabilitating some wrestlers who were really on their way out the door with.
And I think his
substance
show
abuse
is
and-
successful. Or his
Yeah,
program
he's
is
a very successful program. He was a very popular wrestler, and that's carried over. And he's a legitimate yogi.
Well, he's got some crazy stuff going on too. It goes beyond yoga. He's into whole body wellness,
Yeah, holistic stuff.
He's got the hyperbaric chamber and all kinds of stuff in his house to help people just get better. Get
There you
healthy.
go. Yes, and obviously
That's
has a very good
Oh, there he
cosmetic
is.
surgeon. All right, look at the size of that ugly foot, man. Yeah. All right.
Good for him.
Okay.
Maybe he's
I'm gonna have to practice because I can't quite get mine up
One
there.
more question for Yoga Star here, and you had talked about how you've tried new things since we've been together. You've seen things like professional wrestling, football. So my question to you, aside from the wrestling questions, who, in your opinion, is the greatest quarterback to ever play in the NFL?
I'm going to say it wrong because I said it wrong before, but it's Joe Montana.
Yes, absolutely, it's Joe Montana. Very good. Now, let me ask one more follow-up question. Why didn't you say Tom Brady?
Because we don't like Tom Brady.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Yoga Star.
true.
One more time.
Objection, Your Honor. Leading the witness.
Overruled.
Shenanigans.
Overruled.
Yes.
Okay, one more time.
There is someone in the chat, Rick Campos.
Yes, Rick
He
Campos.
says he has a question.
Okay, what's your
I don't
question?
know if he has it.
Go ahead, Rick. Let's hear that question, Rick. That is a dirty foot. Christina Nicole talking about
Oh, the DD.
Goose and Uberstu. No,
my foot's not
DDP.
dirty.
I know. You haven't. Okay.
I've got my
Okay.
boots on.
So one more time for the viewers at
Take
home.
them off.
What, when, and where can we find your show?
Okay, the name is Rachel Rose Yoga, IGTV or YouTube. and you will find new practices on Thursday or Friday. And if you love the video, or if you know anyone who is interested, please share, please like, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Thank you.
Make sure you tune in, right? This is a time where a lot of people are being challenged to expand their minds and expand their practices. There was a time when Rachel would never have dreamed of standing in front of a camera and pushing her yoga that
Promoting
way.
us.
But now, times being what they are, situation being what it is, we are now trying new things, and I want to give you a personal. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of what you do, and I look forward to your growth on your journey.
Thank you, I appreciate it. And without De La O and without Freedom Mission, the videos wouldn't be possible. So big thanks to both of you.
Oh my God. Very good. Okay, you don't want to know what Rick's question is.
Okay,
all right?
good.
It's
a good show.
Okay, but to answer Rick, if she's pretty, very open. All right. All right. We're gonna go to our match now. This match.
Oh wait, we're not letting her go. We haven't even practiced yoga yet. We haven't even had our demonstration. Clear off this table.
No,
I can show you a few things we can learn. We're all gonna learn. Maybe I know a move.
Then you're gonna have to know. Then you're gonna have to go to her show and crash her show and do a tree
You're
pose.
gonna have to frame just.
Yeah,
so you
you
don't
need to
break
do a
John.
cameo.
Yes,
in my
I'm already. Yes.
Okay.
Do a cameo and
By the way,
we'll share it.
for the earlier topic, I have thought about it. I have thought about worst matches.
Okay.
Two in recent memory. Both involve Randy Orton.
Oh really?
Yep. The Punjabi prison match between Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton,
Dreadful.
and the House of Horrors match between Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton.
Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Johnny Vallis says his favorite match is Ricky Steamboat versus Randy Savage. Let's see. Fred Gabriel. Worst match. Alexander Vega says Al Snow versus Big Boss Man. The Kennel from Hell match. Let's see. Worst match. Al Snow and Head versus Too Much. King of the Ring 1998. Those are some really bad
There's
matches.
a lot.
Yeah, least favorite. Seth Rollins versus The Fiend, Hell in a Cell. So those are some pretty terrible matches. I think my opinion of the worst match ever, it's a tie between Goldberg and Brock Lesnar and Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior 2. That's what I'm going to go with. Those were the worst matches I can remember ever seeing. Not counting some of the indie matches that I've actually booked from,
The first Hogan Warrior match at WrestleMania was, I think, both of those guys' best matches.
It was, but it wasn't necessarily a good match. Yes, I agree. That was definitely their best match. We're going to take you to late last year, Black Saturday, where we have a match with
I believe it was Snipes and Guy Cool.
Snipes and Guy Cool. As you can see, Guy Cool with the... I'll let you guys call this.
Let's go behind by
Thank you
Snipes.
very much.
Thank you.
Some nice things came us in there.
Headlock takeover by Snipes. And let me tell you this. 10 Bears is watching. How you doing, 10 Bears? Good to hear from you. We're ready for you to come back anytime.
Maybe not all about Canadian destroyers. Definitely about two men in spandex, hot and sweaty, and doing what they do best. You know what I mean, John?
Right. Guy Cool. Victim of the arm drag from Snipes.
Use your coolness and fight!
Yes! Cool power!
Use your ego!
Into the ropes they go.
It's only a matter of time before Guy Cool busted out the party and then gave Snipes the what for. Oh, see?
Yeah, that's pretty Guy Coolish.
Snipes was in there doing the wrestling thing, doing what he was supposed to do, but you get in there with a guy like Cool and things get a little bit saucy sometimes, you know? Sometimes when you're in there with a guy like Guy Cool, you got to think outside of the box. You never know what's going to come, and it could be a thumb to the nipple, okay? And that's what he got. And now look at him. He's on the receiving end of a butt whooping. And maybe I spoke too soon. Taking the arm right back.
Snipes really reaching on that arm. Oh,
I don't think the people like it.
He's just a kid!
Oh, a big right hand to the mush.
And there you go.
Yeah, I believe it was.
Everybody's got a secret weapon. Guy Cool's got the purple nurple, but nothing's going to stop a good fist to the face.
Yeah. Cover from Snipes. Gets a 2 count. Yeah, it's a little early to be trying to finish off Guy Cool. Yeah. Right hand to the ribs. And a kick to the midsection from Snipes. Snipes is just not... Vertical suplex from Snipes. And a cover. Kind of a nonchalant cover, if you ask me.
You gotta hook that leg. You gotta get in there real deep, like when you want to get that victory.
You gotta get some pressure on him, man. You gotta hold those shoulders to the ground.
Exactly. And you gotta get in deep. Guy Cool's getting ready to take a ride, and he sure did. He's gonna have to get in there and muster up some more of that party, because Snipes is really taking it to him.
Yeah, he's crashing that party, isn't he? Snipes very confident as he saunters about the ring. He drops a tailbone. I'm sorry, on the back of.
I'm glad he keeps asking people what his name is, just in case we forget, because the giant lettering on his booty. I almost didn't see that.
Well, maybe he can't see his own booty.
Oh, you're right. Maybe he forgot what his name is, and that's why he has to keep it. Good point.
Handsome devil walking by the camera. I can't find that hat anywhere.
Guy Cool got, and that could be, nope, but it's not.
Fantastic kick out.
It's about another time for a good "What's my name?" I haven't heard it in a couple minutes.
People are probably forgetting.
They're forgetting
at this point.
Don't even know what I'm watching anymore.
Someone's having a drink or two and getting wobbly with the camera. Frankensteiner. Hurricane Rana.
Yeah.
Oh, neck breaker from Guy Cool. Going for that cover. Matches thus far has been back and forth. You see some of the Goose and Uber steeds out there.
My little people.
A leg drop! Big boot, the leg drop!
Pinch his butt.
Hey, don't pinch his butt.
Why not? It says Snipes on it.
Oh, big chop from Guy Cool. Hey. I don't want any kind of harassment suit going on.
No more!
First, Irish. Oh!
Caught in the air.
Oh, that's a heavy drop.
Guy Cool's been pulling out some stuff, but it seems like, you look at these two guys and you think, I think we've got an even match here. It seems like Snipes might have a little bit of the power advantage in this game. He's been tossing Guy Cool here and there, and it's I hope Guy Cool can muster up some of that party, because the power is gonna overwhelm him if he can't.
Looking like it's maybe the party's been going a little bit late for Guy Cool. Out of the way of that splash, boom, and then misses with his own. Shoots him over the top rope. Eats another right hand for his efforts. Snipes looking to spring from that middle rope.
Oh my gracious!
Into a spine buster. Snipes kicking out at the last possible instant. Prolongs his match.
Come on, Guy Cool, you're gonna have to do some quick work there.
Now, I've always been a firm believer in the longer it takes you to get to that top turnbuckle, but to jump off, the better chance the guy on the ground has of getting away. Oh,
and that's exactly what just happened. He gave him too much time to think, and he got the knees in there, right into the spine. That looked terrible.
That looked extremely painful. Oh, speaking of extremely painful. Oh.
Spine buster of his own.
You got to hook those arms. You know, it's a little bit too easy to get out of that pinning combination. Who was that lady? She was very spirited.
Down in front.
Oh, sorry.
Down in front.
So I'm just trying to make sure.
Got sick of being on camera. That's why it left you. Who was what lady?
The lady who was very spirited in that front row there on the far side of the ring. Head to the turnbuckle. Oh, Guy Cool got a full mouthful of. And Snipes keep pounding away on that midsection.
Hey, look at the little cheeseburger back there.
What do they call that? A happy star?
Yeah, if that Intercontinental title's open, Todd the Cheeseburger for IC champ. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. Oh, he bypasses that kick to the head with a backslide attempt by Snipes. Guy Cool kicks over, takes a midsection for his go. I might do it for. Snipes.
I don't know. Maybe he'll ask.
Snipes gets.
Maybe the audience will tell us. You know, good. Yeah. Thanks, Alex.
But yeah.
Good effort by Guy Cool. Extremely athletic. He couldn't overcome the power in the end. You could see it coming down the line.
Yeah.
And it got him.
Yeah, unfortunate turn of events. Right now we're gonna bring Lex Icon onto our camera shot. He will be reviewing his book from Tracy Smothers called. Just show it to me. If you don't buy this book, everybody dies by Tracy Smothers. So, without any further ado, our esteemed colleague and reviewer of wrestling literature. We're gonna scoot. We're gonna give you a little social distance here as we go to in 5 minutes or less.
Oh, I'm not gonna take that long.
Your review of Tracy Smothers. Now, before we start your review, tell us a little bit about, for those of you who are not familiar with who Tracy Smothers is and where he wrestled and what he was known for. Fill the viewer in a little bit.
Okay, Tracy Smothers is what some may call a journeyman wrestler, which, in my opinion, that term has kind of gotten a negative connotation because it makes you think of someone who's just not good and just has to go over. I personally look at it as someone who is so good that he can go anywhere and have good match with anyone. And Tracy Smothers was that. He actually, as he says in the book, he's been hired and fired from every major wrestling company in the USA.
Okay, where would the viewer know him from?
Okay, if you're a fan of early 90s WCW, you might remember a team called the Young Pistols. It was Tracy Smothers and Steve Armstrong.
Young Pistols. I remember the Young Pistols.
They were also called the Wild Eyed Southern Boys for a while.
I remember.
In the WWF at the time, WWE, when they had the new generation, he was known as Freddie Joe Floyd.
Freddie Joe Floyd.
Yep. If you're a fan of the original ECW.
Not at all.
I was in the area. He was a member of the Full-Blooded Italians, the FBI.
With no Italians in it except for that.
Guido, yes.
Guido, yes. That was pretty cool. I like that concept.
Tracy was announced as being from Nashville, Italy. Tracy Smothers
like Tijuana, Alabama.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tracy's been everywhere. He's one of his biggest stints was in Jim Cornette's Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
Okay. Yeah. Was he a member of the Midnight Express, the new Midnight Express?
No.
What was the name of his tag team?
The only tag team I know that he was in Smoky Mountain was the Thugs.
Okay.
Was the Dirty White Boy.
Okay,
which,
that's it. Yeah. I remember.
Which one of their catchphrases is actually on the back of a book. I don't know if you can see from here. It says,
they can't.
T is for terrible, H is for hell, U is for ugly, and G is for jail, because a thug can't spell.
All right. Tell us about the book.
It's exactly what it says. It shows him wrestling a bear on the cover because he has actually wrestled bears in the ring.
Okay.
At least 3 of them. But it's a great book talking about his life, going from his beginnings in Tennessee, through his time in Mid-South, through his time in WCW, through his time in WWE, Smoky Mountain, ECW. He talks very highly of Juggalo Championship Wrestling, which he did with the Insane Clown Posse.
Right.
A lot of all this stuff there. The book itself, a lot of good stories. There's a lot of name dropping without stories, which kind of turned me off a little bit, but when he hits the stories, they're really great. He told a story about a Harley race in the book where he was working on a card with a young kid who tried to go out and cut a promo on Harley race, calling him an old man. And it's an interesting story because basically Harley told the guy afterwards, saying, if you want to get over, don't talk about me as an old man. Talk about me as the NWA champion. Talk about me as the veteran of this, that, and the other. Because if you talk about me as an old man and you win against me, what have you done? You've beaten an old man.
Okay.
If you lose against me, you've lost to an old man.
Sure.
So
you got to talk up your opponent rather than talk.
But great book. There's stuff in here from other wrestlers and whatnot. Jim Cornette has a piece in the book. It also talks about his fight with cancer, which I didn't realize he had cancer.
Oh, really?
Just as of last year, he had developed stomach cancer. He has beaten it. So, and he's still working. He's been wrestling now since like the 84, 85. So he's going on almost 40 years in the business.
Right.
And he's still going.
Well, that's good. Good to hear. Yeah.
Great book.
So would you recommend the book?
I would.
You give it a...
I would say I would give it a... out of 5 Lexus, I'd give it a definite 4.5 Lexus.
4.5 Lexus.
It's called If You Don't Buy This Book, Everybody Dies.
It retails at...
I'd like a Lexus.
How much does it cost?
I think it only cost...
No, not a Lex. That's a...
I think it only cost me, if memory serves, only about $25 online.
So with his weekly review of wrestling literature, Lex Icon gives Everybody Dies 4.5 out of a possible 5 stars, which is equal to a thumb up and a thumb almost all the way up. Let's not talk about where your thumbs are going to go, Goosen. Do we have the video game challenge, Robert? All right. And
hey, one thing I'd like to say real quick here. Bob also says kayfabe on Uberstud having a bull rat swimsuit as ring gear. No kayfabe on that. I am proud of that. I have the body of a
Greek god.
Yeah, that. Thank you.
Not just a Greek god, but a Roman god and all kinds of gods. Hold on to that.
And all golden.
Right. Golden.
Don't forget golden.
What I want to do right now is give a shout out to all the people watching who've just tuned in late. Joey the Bull is watching. Daniel Kim, an old friend and valued student of mine. Victoria Garcia, the famous, beautiful referee, is watching. Luther Dansby, the other referee, is watching. Not as beautiful, but just as famous in his own right. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's about time. Now we are going to, our final segment is going to include our esteemed colleague, Lex Icon, as he takes on, the video game wrestling world. What are we doing here, Lex?
Well, there's one major problem with this right now. The camera is literally right in front of the screen.
Well, you're going to be all right.
I'm going to have to go. I'm going to
Well, then just move
scooch
on.
over a bit here.
Stand up if you have to.
All right, let's see. I guess I'm picking an exhibition match.
Well, just pick one.
Exhibition.
There you go.
Okay.
What's the name of this game, Robert?
I don't know, wrestling.
I don't know wrestling is the name of the game.
Okay.
Raw is War.
Oh, you have to pick an arena.
Mercy, that's the name of this game.
No Mercy. The famous No Mercy. I think this is a general consensus
I'll go with the SummerSlam.
favorite wrestling game of all time. 5 minutes. Time limit. 5 minutes.
You can beat him.
Okay, you could be The Rock. You could be...
Boy, I don't even. I will be the first to say
Where's
that
Doink the Clown on this game?
I have actually never played this game.
Please tune in next week when Lex Icon finally picks somebody.
Where's
Right.
Duke the Dumpster Drosy? I want to be
I'm going
Duke
with
the
Rikishi.
Dumpster Drosy.
Okay, so Lex Icon will be playing Rikishi.
And we'll. Where's the?
Your
I'm
Rikishis
trying to-
and your
His start, right, Robert?
I have to pick someone to go against. We'll go
I'm
Rikishi versus.
Scotty Too Hottie.
Gilbert.
Rikishi versus Kurt Angle. Why not?
All right, fantastic.
I have no idea what I'm doing with this. I've never played this game before in my life.
We know that's not true. Every time we come in here, we see you playing this game before the podcast, after the podcast. We've had to chase you out of here several times. I expected you to be watching porn up here all by yourself, but you're playing this game. All right, Gustin Uberstu's calling the action at ringside.
And there's a kick from Rikishi, and now he goes straight into a lockup from the kick, which is kind of weird, but it just might pay off. He's really giving it to the Olympic gold medalist with an elbow to the back of the head, an elbow to the back of the back, and an elbow to the back of everything just before he gets knocked on his gigantic tuchus. You're not going to pick up Rikishi, Kurt Angle. Yes, you are, because you're an Olympic gold medalist. That's what you are. That moment was as big as WrestleMania 3, picking up Andre the Giant like Hulk Hogan.
And he does it again. You get body slammed again there, Lex. Come on, Lex, get up.
American hero right now.
Get up a little quicker, Lex.
Icon is on the ground because the Olympic gold medalist is really taking it to it.
Oh, and a pile driver from Rikishi out of nowhere.
And Kurt Angle is
No
immediately back
selfie.
up on his feet. He's had a broken neck before, and he can take
And a quick
plenty
body
more.
slam from Rikishi.
But Kurt Angle's barely even phased. Could this suplex
Oh,
put him away?
high vertical
Give him the
suplex from
butt.
Rikishi.
Give him the butt. Come on, Lex, do something with your butt. For
Another
crying out
body
loud.
slam.
It's your best weapon.
Arm ringer.
Ringer. Right at the peak of the match.
Drops the elbow into
Brilliant.
the
Nobody
shoulder.
would have ever seen it coming.
I literally have no clue.
Punch him
What's
in the
going on?
ribs, Lex.
I'll give him another pile driver.
Oh, another
Oh, he's
pile
got
driver.
his
hands don't even know-
Him up.
I honestly have no
Angle's
idea how
in
to
a lot
pin
of
this
trouble
thing.
here.
I have no idea.
Oh, a kick to the midsection
A
to
nice
Rikishi
thing.
with another
Oh,
body slam.
a body
Rikishi
slam, but not
dominating the
nearly as
action,
impressive.
throwing some punches from the mount. Oh, rope break as Kurt Angle finds himself in the ropes.
The invisible referee is called a rope break.
Oh, big chop to the chest from Rikishi. Oh, Angle rolls away from the... punch to the midsection. And an elbow to the back of the head.
Now do some butt stuff. Here we go.
Oh, camel clutch.
What is it on the
Rope
ropes?
break. His foot's not under the rope. This game is rigged.
There's a little too much mercy in
This game
No mercy.
must come from that era of fake wrestling, not the real stuff.
Oh, back body drop.
But he gets right back up.
Oh,
there's
and
the
a
side
Kick
kick.
to the face.
Now, if I can figure out how to pin,
But a return kick to the face. You must have kicked him too hard. He got mad and gave it right back.
if anybody in the chat has ever played this game and knows how to do a pin on it, I would appreciate
Hey,
it.
yeah, those of you who are familiar with No Mercy, let us know how you hit that pinning combination.
Oh, I'm out of the ring.
Get back in the ring, Lex.
Go get a steel
We're
chair.
not going to have a count out, Lex. Oh, now you're on the floor, Lex. Get back in the ring.
I'm trying
No,
to.
don't.
You're going to get counted out. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Lex Icon gets counted out because he can't figure out how to get in the ring. Get in the ring, Lex.
I'm trying
Get a
to.
weapon, Lex.
There's no count going on, though, so.
Yeah, there's no count. Look at Kurt Angle doing an Irish jig. What's he doing?
Hey.
He's not even Irish. Get up in the ring, Lex.
Up the stairs.
Go up the stairs. Go up the stairs.
Oh, he's coming out after me.
The only thing you could do to improve right now, Lex, is literally anything.
Yes.
Here we go. There it is.
There you go. Now get back in the ring.
I'm trying to get back in the ring.
And a lockup on the outside.
Okay, Kurt threw me back in the ring.
No, very good.
I'm
Thank
back
you,
in the
Kurt.
ring now. Good.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Oh, a kick to the head. 3 minutes have elapsed. 2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes remaining.
There's no ref. Punch him in the groin.
That's right. Now there you go. Finish him with that. There's no rope break there. It's going to be all in for Kurt Angle as Rikishi's applying the pressure. And for some reason got off of it. Drops the elbow to the back of the head. Now try that thing with the camel clutch again. There we go.
Now he's in the ropes.
There's no ropes break here.
That might be a rope break.
God.
Yeah. Boo.
Whoa. Slaps him across the face.
I like the little whip sound too. Whoosh. Do it.
Okay, now to cover it says up, up, down, left, right, left, right.
This isn't Konami.
No, for the pinning.
Oh, no, wait a minute. That's a disqualification.
Oh, there's no ref. It doesn't count. Do it back.
No, to him.
Yeah, that's
How do I do a whip? I'm trying to put him in the corner so I can stink face
There
him.
you go. Here it comes. Yes. Smash him. Sing face. It's what we've
I'm trying
all been
for
waiting
it.
for. Oh,
boo. This match is going to end in a draw. Oh, there you go.
I think that's a taunt. Yeah.
Oh, no. He doesn't have the strength.
Oh, you get it.
Oh, for crying out loud.
It's going to be a draw, I think.
You think?
Get up.
Because I've got no freaking
draws.
clue.
No draws.
No.
There must be a winner.
There's my elbow again. That's my
Now
favorite
do
move.
that finisher.
Oh, he tripped me.
He swept you like a little.
What the hell is that?
It's Irish jig. Uh-oh. Oh, there you go.
There you go. Whip him in. Give it to him. No, don't let him, Lex. No. Lex.
I'm in danger, apparently.
This is where you pull out all the stops.
Oh, he's going behind me. No.
Going for that suplex.
No.
Oh. And we're going to see a cover. Are we going to see a cover from Kurt Angle?
Oh, crap. He's got his...
He's going to do that leg thing that he used to do?
No, another
one. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, look at the time.
To go.
4:59.
Oh my goodness! Kurt Angle pins Lex Icon Rikishi.
The clock stopped at 4:59 and then counted 3. This is a Montreal screw job if I ever saw one. This is a.
You suck. Lex sucks.
This will go down in history as the free admission screw job of 2020.
That's right.
That was BS. That clock was done.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I blame Paul Heyman.
That will wrap it up here at the Royal Ramble. For producer Robert, I want to thank our guest Rachel Rose, the beautiful yoga star. Remember, you can see her show. The new episodes drop Tuesdays and Thursdays mornings on YouTube and Instagram TV. Is that IGTV? I want to thank the OCCW Heavyweight Wrestling Champion and producer of all things great in lighting. I want to thank the iconic lexiconographer, Lex Icon, and his book review. Buy the book or Everybody Dies, ordered by Tracy Smothers. Check it out. I want to thank you. I'm Jonathan Malice. I want to thank you. I know you have many opportunities to either binge watch or watch anything else, watch other people play video games online. I want to thank you for watching the Royal Ramble. I want to wish you a safe and healthy quarantine, lockdown, whatever you want to call it, and I hope that all of your masks are